We continue to bring you all the latest visuals emerging from the BJP headquarters, where Nitin Nabin is likely to be declared as BJP's president in just a short while from now. The BJP is likely to hand over the baton to Nitin Nabin. 45-year-old Nitin Nabin is one of the youngest party presidents to assume charge in just a short while. And what makes him stand out as far as his portfolio is concerned? He is the new national president. He represents not just the leadership change, but the beginning of a new era for the party. Joining me on the show is Savio Rodriguez, KV Prasad, Brijesh Pandey, Smita Misra. I want to come back to you, Brijesh. Just before the break, we were talking about the credentials of Nitin Nabin, and Smita pointed out something very crucial, saying that this was the right blend. There was a long time before BJP really announced a president. He assumed charge as the working president in December, but that time was the time perhaps BJP was taking to mull over who could potentially take charge when it comes to the leadership. He perhaps emerged because he was young, but also because he's someone who's rooted in the BJP and RSS culture.
Well, I think, if you ask me what happened before 2024 when, the BJP party, the then party president, JP Nadda made that famous remark in an interview to a national daily that, the BJP doesn't need RSS. And when the numbers didn't, quite lived up to the hype and expectation which were built around, it led to a lot of bloodbath, in the sense that, the RSS people said that, we are the one who's working there. All the talks of Panna Pramukh, all the talks of, people who are committed there, people who are actually, getting voters, BJP voters from their house to the voting booth and, making them cast their vote. All of it was majorly done by the RSS, and it felt neglected. So one big challenge was the smoothing of ties post 2024 general election. And once the ties were smoothened, once there was again, the rekindling of chemistry, it was not dead, but it was somewhat blunt, because, the BJP was at its apogee of its political power as far as 2019 is concerned. And I think it got a bit astray. And this is the reason why post 2024 result, again, there was a meeting of hearts, if I would use the term, between the BJP and the RSS, and we saw the result in the state elections of Maharashtra and Haryana, where in Haryana especially, where the BJP snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, and it turned out to be their best ever performance also in the state of Maharashtra. So there were talks of how to streamline the relationship between the BJP and the RSS, and anybody who was supposed to have taken over the position of the next president would have to have a blend of this, where he also is aware of how the RSS functions, the need, the requirement, and also, how to take the party forward as a next generational change, especially after a successful tenure of JP Nadda. Post that, there was also a challenge of, making sure that to complete the quorum, elections of state party president, especially in the state of Uttar Pradesh. And once those blocks were crossed, once those decisions were made, then the decision of Nitin Nabin was taken. I still, would say that what exactly tilted the scales in his favor is not known. But yes, he's someone who knows the politics of BJP. He has been a 4-term MLA. His father has been a 5-term MLA. So he knows how the BJP functions. UP and Bihar, statistically still remains the maximum block, 2 states which contribute.
Brijesh, stay with us. Visuals coming in on our screens of Prime Minister Modi being received by Nitin Nabin himself. On our screens right now, Prime Minister Modi being received at the BJP headquarters. Ahead of that official ceremony, JP Nadda, the outgoing president, as well as the incumbent Nitin Nabin on your screens, greeting the Prime Minister. All right, we'll of course wait for their speeches to begin, but Savio Rodriguez, I think what Brijesh was essentially pointing out to how, in the past few years, every time BJP has tried disassociating with RSS, it hasn't given them the required results. And that's also the reason why they wanted someone who could balance RSS expectations along with BJP's electoral demands. And this is coming at a crucial time. It's ahead of certain, important states that BJP is eyeing, as well as 2029.
Well, that's a very valid point that Rajesh brought up because the BJP and RSS it functions like a home and children, right? So RSS is the home and the BJP is the child. There are a couple of times where a child might want to stray away from home, but realizes that by straying away from home, you can't take away the home from you. So that's really what happened in the 2024 elections, when there were some statements that were made rather childishly, and it affected the parents at home, and therefore they've decided to bury the hatchet. The child and the parent and the home are now stable, and that is why you have Nitin Nabin as one of the youngest national presidents of the party. I think it's good because see, a child is capable of making mistakes. It's the parents' responsibility to ensure that the child is corrected. And that's what's happened. And when they've corrected themselves, you've seen the phenomenal performance of BJP in various different states that Brijesh himself has mentioned. Now, what is the real reason behind Nitin Nabin's elevation to the national president is best left with the members of the BJP and the RSS itself. We don't need to dig too much into it because, after all, it's not celebrity gossip. It's politics of a political party in the interest who are a political party working in the interest of the country. So it's the largest party in the world. I think one of the things, but I will say is that one of the reasons Nitin Nabin has come on board, besides the fact that he is the youngest, is that he's also very meticulous in what he does, and that is something that I think the RSS and the BJP collectively decided that here's one person that fits the age bracket that we're looking at, fits the model of working that we're looking at, has the respectability with the seniors that are there within the party and the RSS, and has a decent following amongst his people. So I think that's what has led to it. And he may not be a tall leader, and we don't need a tall leader. What we need is a leader that's systematic. Somebody who has a method to what he's doing, and I think that's where they have decided to go with Nitin Nabin. There were many names doing the rounds. Many people were talking about different names, younger leaders. But I think the decision is, in my opinion, a very, very well thought of decision, keeping in mind the youth, keeping in mind the women voters, keeping in mind the transforming India. And that's why Nitin Nabin is somebody that is going to lead the BJP and also be guided by the RSS. And I think this man's going to do very well for the party. That's how I see it.
Okay. Well, hopes, of course, are riding high on his elections. And on your screens right now, we're looking at all the senior BJP functionaries taking to the stage. The official ceremony is, of course, expected to begin just a short while from now. Prime Minister Modi there, of course, has taken to the stage, sitting right next to JP Nadda. And on his other side, of course, he's flanked by Nitin Nabin. So it's an interesting choice of people on the dais right now. KV Prasad, I think those are important aspects of what BJP has done in the past. And that is, it has never really selected tall leaders, has it? BJP is known to select tall leaders. It is known to select unassuming people.
No, if you are saying Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was not a tall leader, Mr. L.K. Advani is not a tall leader.
I'm specifically talking about the last 10 years, sir. I mean, under Prime Minister Modi.
Is a different matter. Now, right. When you talk of BJP as a political party, I look at from 1980 onwards. Right. So that's my context, number one. While all of you are talking, 3 points let me set thinking. You said it has been some time for the BJP to elect a new president. Well, there sometimes happens to be just 3 years, a whole tenure of leadership. That would have one. Number two, Brijesh made an important point on RSS, but there is another side to it. Without the RSS active support, BJP still got 240 out of 271. So it was pretty close to the mark. Okay. Number three. Number three, I think Mr. Rodriguez made this point, again, a very valid point. Why should only the BJP should know why it has selected? Fair enough. But as a political journalist, did we not dissect why Kharge was put in or why Ashok Gehlot did not come in? It's a political journalist's job to look into what are the factors.
100%.
That's all. I mean, Mr. Rodriguez is entitled to his views. I fully respect it.
I completely, as a journalist myself, I would completely agree with you. I mean, this is not celebrity gossip, but one really needs to understand how BJP strategizes. And that strategy, it's important for people to know that strategy.
I mean, that's fine. So on the aspect that you asked, in the last 10 years, we have seen the current central leadership has done things in a manner in which it thinks it's best interest A for the party and B for the government that is working. So it's an internal arrangement. What happens internally is the party's internal calculations is perfectly fine. The top leadership in this at the central leadership of the party has a view on it. Well, have they not? If they have not chosen a political leader with heft, probably, as Mr. Rodriguez put it, and also Smita was mentioning it, he may be a very good organizer, he may be a very good political ear to the ground, but as a political leader on a national firmament, this will be his test from now onwards. And remember, this transition is happening everywhere. So this is the transition that BJP has taken. And so long he has the support of the central leadership, Mr. Nitin Nabin will continue to do well. But as he goes onwards, he'll have to build himself within the institutional framework to stand apart.
Right.
That's important because he has to build his own image as a political leader of standing, A, outside of Bihar, B, as not just a political manager or a good organizational man. He has to be politically smart to work way in the entire thing. And currently they are running a coalition government. And they're also looking to expanding their base in many aspects. So I think it's a very, very deep area that he'll have to work for.
Absolutely. A very, difficult spot, of course. It's coming, as I mentioned, right ahead of crucial time for the BJP. What sort of a cushioning will the senior leadership provide? We'll, of course, have to wait and watch.